Hi, this is Francesco Rulli. I'm the CEO of Quello. I'm also the Chief Digital and Cognitive Officer of the Opera del Duomo Florence. I'm here today with Amaresh Tripathy, who is the Global Business Lead Analytics for Genpact. So Amaresh, if you can share with us a little bit more insight about your work.
Francesco, no, thank you. Thank you for having me. And as I said, I'm the Global Business Lead for Analytics at Genpact. And essentially what it means is all the work that we go and help our clients around helping with their data foundation work to a lot of the insights work that we do, and as well as AI ML work in the context of a few chosen domains that we work in, like finance and accounting and supply chain and claims and so on, and in the few industries we focus on. So that's kind of what I do, kind of helping clients. And within that, we have roughly 8,500 folks around the globe in our analytics team.
Very interesting. Thank you. So Amaresh, what are your thoughts about the COVID, but also the post-COVID era? Where do you see the challenges, but also the opportunities from your business perspective?
Yeah, I mean, what's really interesting is, I have to say, being in data and analytics right now is kind of a little bit like a Dickens novel. Like it's the best of times and the worst of times. Well, worst of times is very clear why, but the best of times in the sense that there is what we see is a whole lot of like desire and demand for data analytics in general, right? Data analytics AI. And the reason is a very simple one, which is the existing models, like whether we have clients who are doing supply chain work, like how much demand will be there, to banks thinking about fraud. None of the existing models seem to work right now, or there isn't no precedence to kind of go back and do that. So that is why it's kind of the best of times, in the sense that there is a general inherent desire to engage with data. And second is because the models don't work, but at the same time, experts also, their judgment. I mean, if you really think about it, the other thing is inertia and the expert judgment. And the expert judgment right now second guesses themselves. So they want data too. So from that perspective, there has been a whole host of, I see, and we already see in the client space, a lot of demand, a lot of conversation and interest, and also interest in investing in more foundational areas to organize the data the right way so that they can access things at speed. It's not only about sophistication, it's all about the speed. And those are the two things as I continuously see like more and more happening. So it's a great time to be in data analytics overall in this ways. And I think we can as a community, as you and I, and as a community, we can probably even make a difference in terms of how business decisions or how our enterprise decisions are being made right now.
Indeed. I can tell you from our perspective in terms of experience with artificial intelligence, the quality of the data and the way the data is treated is fundamental to succeed. Now, talking about artificial intelligence, what are your thoughts about the role of artificial intelligence in this new era?
Yeah, I mean, that's really interesting. So there was a IDC survey that just came out, and I was talking to the lead analyst there, Jen Hamill, and they had done a research, which is they said 65% of the 65% of the models are not working. Right, that was kind of the statistic they got. And one of the big frustrations within that was that the models do not interact with humans the right way. So even though it's not easy to interact and drive the new thinking or what is evolving into the models. So to extrapolate that, I completely agree with her and her research. To kind of extrapolate that point, the broad point is the AI essentially is increasingly becoming what I feel augmented intelligence, right? There is absolutely the machine piece of it, which is important, which the technology behind it and the algorithms behind it. But more and more, how do those AI algorithms interact with the human judgment and with the humans? And how do they kind of coexist and kind of learn from each other in a coherent way? That actually becomes even more important. So in some ways, I feel, and a little bit of a disruption like this further accentuates that point. So I do feel AI is going to become more and more for augmented intelligence, which also would mean it would spur a whole host of demand on, as you said, data. The clean quality data is going to become very important. And that, I think, will become more and more foundational because people understand that they need more sophisticated models So they need to organize the data. I also feel at the same time, we would see more focus on, okay, the models are there, but how do they actually interact with humans in both from a technology layer perspective, like, and I know you do a lot of work with chatbots and conversational AI. That's kind of one mechanism like that. And you would see, I think the third area is how do you actually manage that change? How do you make humans comfortable to rely on the algorithms, and at the same time make sure that whatever they're doing feeds back into developing the algorithms further. So I think those are the three big areas, at least we are focused on.
Very interesting. Thank you. And to close, what's the best way to learn more about Genpact and specifically your work?
I think the best place to start is going to genpact.com and kind of getting a whole view of things. And within that, we have a whole section on augmented intelligence with a lot of our white papers and thinking and our offerings. So I think that will be the best place to go and start.
Thank you very much. Very appreciated.
Thank you so much, Francesco.